how livestock is damaging our world. I have three diagrams to give out. One talks about California and how much almond milk is produced compared to dairy milk and how much water it uses. The second one talks about the greenhouse emissions between food groups. And the third one talks about different meat and dairies and how much the United States consumes them. So, did you know that 660 gallons of water is produced for one hamburger, which is equivalent to a person showering for 2 months? Livestock is the largest carbon dioxide producer. It takes up a third of our water and half of our grains. Last year, I stumbled upon Cowspiracy. It's a documentary, and I was shocked to learn just how damaging it is to our environment. After watching it, I decided to continue my research and become more educated on the topic. I'm going to talk about how much water and greenhouse gases livestock produces, how it is ruining our water and our environment, and different options for change. One of the easiest ways to reverse climate change is through decreasing livestock, and it shows significant signs of improvement in a short amount of time. Livestock is the main source for many countries for their money, including Brazil. Brazil has one of the largest rainforests in the world, the Amazon rainforest. It produces more than 20% of our world's oxygen, maintains the climates throughout the planet, produces nourishing rainfall for the world, and is home to over 10 million species of plants, animals, and insects. As livestock demand increases, more plots of land in the rainforest are destroyed. 91% of loss of forests in the world is due to livestock. It is one of the main leading causes of deforestation. Now let's talk about how much water is used in livestock. According to Cowspiracy, it takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of beef and 34 trillion gallons of water to raise the livestock itself. Most organizations focus on fossil fuels and natural gases, estimating that fracking uses about 100 billion gallons of water, not even close to the amount the livestock uses. In 2000, 41% of all fresh water used by humans in the U.S. was used for agriculture, resulting in 30% of global water being consumed by livestock, and in comparison, a person uses much less. In California, an average person uses 1,500 gallons of water per day, about half the amount used for the consumption of meat and dairy. On the third picture, you can see the amount of water California uses to produce dairy compared to almond milk. 8% for almond milk and 15% for dairy, for cow milk. There's a 7% difference. Manure-produced livestock is polluting society's drinking water, making a lesser amount available for human consumption. About 116,000 pounds of manure is produced per second in the United States. Within manure, there are many gases and elements such as ammonia, nitrogen, phosphorus, copper, and zinc. Not only are the high levels of these elements polluting our water, it is harming our wildlife and killing off fish in rivers and lakes. While tanks are made to store the disposable animal waste, there are flaws to the maintenance needed to help keep tanks intact and avoid leaking. Industrial livestock farms store manure and other farm waste in gigantic tanks known as lagoons, which hold millions of gallons of manure and urine. Unfortunately, these lagoons often leak, and during large storms may rupture or simply overflow. Leaking lagoons also release antibiotic residues and harmful bacteria that can leach into our water supply. Raw manure is 160 times more toxic than city sewages. The high levels of ammonia in livestock manure is highly toxic to fish and can be converted into dangerous nitrates, which can be toxic for humans. When farmers use animal excretion for fertilizers, runoff into waters and into lakes and rivers can cause water and soil pollution. The results are many health disorders within people, such as kidney problems, nervous system disorders, headaches, cardiovascular issues, and cancer. Industrial farms seem to be the biggest problem when it comes to the world's water, but local farms are much more aware of how much water they use and where the manure goes. A dairy that uses an automatic flushing system to clean out its animal houses use an average of 150 gallons of water per cow per day, compared to an average of 5 to 10 gallons used by local farms that monitor the water use in order to conserve it. Now let's focus on the amount of greenhouse gases produced by livestock. Since livestock is a human-made invention, people need to focus on the amount of gas released by every breath of cow to the amount of gases released through transportation of the meat. The type of greenhouse gases produced are carbon dioxide, methane gas, nitrogen gas, and fluorocarbons. Livestock and their byproducts account for at least 32,564 million tons of carbon dioxide per year, or 51% of annual worldwide greenhouse gas emissions. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimates a much smaller amount due to the fact that they do not incorporate the cow's respirations. Carbon dioxide from livestock respiration accounts for 21% of anthropogenic greenhouse gases worldwide. The atmospheric carbon from the respiration of all organisms, along with oxidation and erosion of soil organic matter, already exceeds the capacity